Have a look around you. Did you know that most of the items that are on you or around you have been shipped by parcel? In Europe, we ship about 50,000 parcels by the minute. This makes the parcel market a 100 billion market opportunity. With 7 Senders, we built the leading delivery platform to ship parcels in Europe. My name is Johannes. I'm co-founder and managing director of 7 Senders. With me on stage is Florian today. Full disclosure, one of our lead investors. I will first give you like a brief intro into the company, and then we will have a fireside chat without a fireside, but looking forward to it. So to start with 7 Senders, our company, we built the leading delivery platform to ship parcels in Europe. What do we mean by that? Going one step back, in Europe you see a huge diversity of carriers operating on the last mile. Why is that? You have in logistics a rather high margin pressure that leads to a high specialization in different regions. Yeah? So every company operating in the space is trying to find a profitable business area, a business model, and they specialize in regions. Within regions, they specialize in different services. So you will find in Italy companies that are good with small lightweight parcels but struggle with heavy and bulky, or in France, a company is operating a huge carrier or PUDO drop-off point network, not so good in home delivery. The problem is that those companies are not only specialized in regions, they are also limited to regions. So if you want to work with this carrier company in France operating this PUDO network, this company will tell you, super happy to deliver your parcels within my network, but you need to bring it to either Strasbourg or Lille, because I'm not capable to pick it up here in Berlin. What we do with 7 Senders is we combine all those carrier companies into one virtual carrier network. And this is how it looks. What we built on top is a platform serving all needs, all features that you need to execute the best delivery possible to a consumer throughout Europe. So this is what we built in the last 18 months. We heavily invested into product development to really build all the features needed. We basically give you all delivery process, or we have all delivery processes covered. So if a shipper asks us which carrier should I choose for delivery to Bordeaux, we can name the optimal carrier. If you need a label as a shipper, here you go. You have one API that you connect to as a shipper, and this opens up this whole network of last mile carriers. At the same time, and that's the beauty about the model, it comes with the lowest complexity possible. Yeah? So you have a one-stop solution for a shipper, and you can leverage the strength of all the last mile heroes. So looking into the value proposition towards the shippers, what we can do, we on average save about 30% of shipping costs. Super interesting cost because it goes directly into the margin, directly into the contribution margin. We can speed up the delivery by up to 35%. We connect you to the local heroes and thereby also open up additional services. So to give you an example, Zalando just introduced cash on delivery on the last mile, and this increased the checkout conversion by 44%. So you can only do such things with the local heroes in place. Furthermore, we reduce the overhead cost that a shipper has to kind of steer the whole network by up to 75%. I said in the beginning that we invested heavily into the delivery countries and into the features of the platform. This gives us multi-dimensional lock-ins into our customer base. So we are this one-stop solution with strong lock-ins, and this leads to the most important KPI that we have so far, 0% churn since we started the company. Good. Markets. We are currently in the B2C space. We serve all kinds of customers, home and living, fashion, nutrition, you name it. We will extend this 29 billion market opportunity to 80 billion, also going into the B2B space. We entered the B2B market already this year. We signed 3 customers, and we'll go kind of double down in 2020. And then to give you a further outlook into 2022, we will look into streams to the US or to China, or that's my bet at the moment, from China to Europe, because we have already this beautiful product in place. To give you hard facts about the company, founded in 2015, we currently process around 2 million parcels per month. We closed 2018 with 24 million in revenues, and as I said, 0% churn, so super high stickiness of our customer base. Once we acquire a customer, it's not only stickiness actually. We also have super strong cohort growth. So once we acquire a customer, we usually increase the revenues with this customer by 5x throughout 12 months. We are break even on a customer level after 6 months. And this is basically the beauty of our business model. So we can be highly profitable, but we decided to grow further because we want to become big. Growth is in our DNA. For us, scale brings margin. Currently, we have a solid double-digit margin, and we can increase that by increasing scale. Yeah? And that's why we invest heavily into growth. And that's why we also decided not to go down the road to profitability, but to invest heavily into growth and go kind of international customer base. And super happy, and that's maybe also why I look a bit tired, although you say differently. We can exclusively announce today that we yesterday closed a Series B round of 16 million with Digital Plus and btov. And yeah, we're super happy to continue on this ride together with btov and our new partner, and to scale the business further. This is the targets we set. We opened up an office in Paris in the beginning of this year. We are growing, looking back into the last 2 quarters by 20% quarter on quarter, looking into 45 million in revenues into 2019. And this is basically the way to become Europe's leading provider for parcel delivery. Thanks.
Johannes.
That's it.
Congratulations. We have a couple of minutes to discuss a few points. It's true, you could have chosen the path to profitability, but would have been easy during the last 6 months, but you chose to double down. So what are you going to do with those 16 or 14 million you just raised?
Yeah, as I said, for us it's super important that we grow. For us, also maybe for your audience, for us, we have 2 scale effects. First, in network density to connect into the target regions, and then within the target regions to negotiate contracts with the carriers in the area. And we want to become system critical in that area, and that comes with scale. So we invest heavily into further growth. We opened up the office in Paris. There will definitely be another office within the next 18 months in Europe, probably UK, we'll see. But yeah, extending the customer base. We have the best product on the last mile already. Now it's time for us to also increase the customer base across Europe.
So 50,000 parcels per minute, there's a way to go. I'm absolutely sure you will make it. You will become one of the largest logistics companies without owning a single truck yourself. If you see yourself being, an entrepreneur leading a public company, you have made it, and it's still a lot of work to do. Going public is not the goal, but an intermediate step. However, you will have some liquidity then. Could you imagine taking also the role as an angel investor, as Holger Hengstel did, bringing us together back then when we invested and investing with us?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's super exciting. I'm super happy to be here in Berlin. Good vibes here, a lot of stuff going on, and I think it's like you kind of get naturally dragged into the whole ecosphere because you have people contacting you, wanting to talk to you, need advice on certain topics, and then you kind of get involved, you get interested, and that's why I also invested already like a super small investment into one company, but super happy to increase my portfolio, which is currently only one.
Which is good because you have to stay focused, and I know it's no problem that you continue being focused. You and Thomas, congratulations and all the best for that
Thanks.
terrific ride.
Thanks.